Hi guys, welcome to Grooties. Right, look at this for a mess. So playing with the ute, and I'd like to share how I solve issues. Right, tyres a little close to the shock. Yeah, when it comes down, and it's got different springs under it now. It's got a rebuilt diff center, but when it comes down, it goes away from the rim, so it's not too bad. We'll see if it becomes an issue or not. Got the tins on the back, still no tray. I'm going to need to drive this car sometime this week, or I'll just be walking. Right, so I'm underneath. I thought whilst I'm here, I might as well do trans cross member and centre bearing, flex disc. And what happened was Ford, we won't show you that, we'll show you this. Ford use a little bolt that goes in this way. Now, most of the Ford bolts have like a triangular locking tab on the end. They're weird. They're set out to be, see how they're slightly triangular? Right. That's what locks them in nice and tight, and they lock in real tight. So tight that I snapped one. This one. You might be able to see there's bugger all thread. So most people would look at this and go, oh, I've got to get that out and I've got to save the thread. I just went, you know what, I'm going to bust through the centre of that and I'm going to sort this out. So I put it on mill and I drilled it with two different mill bits, and the mill drills it nice and straight. There's no walking of the bit, which is why I use the mill as much as I can for drilling. And then I went, okay, I want to solve this issue so it doesn't happen again. I knew that the top, right, this is how thy grooty brain works. The top come across here and there was a part of the hole that was open, so it would just fill up full of dirt. So before I tried to undo it, I got one undone, but the other I didn't. I did fill it up with WD-40. Now this one, and don't worry about that. I made a decision after I did this one to do that one to make a match because, you know, I would know what's under the car. So now I screw this all the way through, which will then, with a little tiny bit of Loctite under the head of it now, right, I'll be able to do it down, and then we'll have that, and the mount will go in perfectly and sit exactly where it's supposed to sit, and I'll be able to put nuts on there. Now that is a resolve. That is a good resolve. That is something that won't ever need to be done again. It won't have to come out, but it could if it had to. Perfect. This is the kind of stuff you have to think of on the fly. And the reason I wanted to do it was I believed that the centre bearing, because it was all squished, I believed that the back of the gearbox is down too far. And it's not much, but it actually is. It's about 7 mil, I think it is, or 6 mil, which is enough. And then I have to space the centre bearing accordingly. Hence why I've got all the tail shaft in pieces. I'm sorting it all out. I'm setting it up properly so the driveline angles will hopefully allow for the vibration that it had to be a thing of the past. Because that's what I'm in the middle of doing, is fixing tail shaft. Don't know what I'm going to do with this 25 spline little piece of shit CV. I think that's what it is, but we'll work that out. It's got a big sucker in the middle, so I'll grease all that up. It looks pretty dry, so I'll grease all. Oh, and fun fact, the BMW wheel CV is the same CV. So I'm going to see which has got the thicker cage, which has got the stronger parts, and I may actually utilise the stronger parts. We'll see. But yeah, solutions are only as good as the longevity that backs them. So if you want something that'll last, always think it through. Always make sure you cover all bases. And yeah, I can't wait. I should be building a tray tomorrow. I have brand new fuel pump. FG tank to go in it, but the tank's not going in. So the tank's clean, so I can poke it in and do welding on it and there'll be no issues. There's no fuel in it at all. But I can't really do much until I start putting the tray on, and I can't put the tail shaft back in until the fuel tank's in. Falcon engineers were a little bit... I think they might have been a bit stoned when they designed all this setup. Yeah, they had some issues, but yeah. The Ute's getting a big birthday, and when it's done, I can't wait. It should be Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, and I'll have some sort of tray and wheel tubs on it. But yeah, bit of an update on what I'm doing. Nice big fat tyre now. And I'll have to match the front rims to the rear with the Chrome Bright. But yeah, she's looking good, getting there. Hope I taught some people at least something small.